All right, good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling incredible this morning. Hope everybody's feeling incredible. Make sure you share this broadcast with somebody who matters to you. Y'all know we here for the entrepreneurs. I feel like entrepreneurs are the best thing we got on planet Earth. I don't know if you agree with me, but what I do know is it's time for us to check in. So let's get this party started. Hey, Crystal, can you hear me? It's saying that I'm getting like real weird. I don't know what's up, E. I'm trying to get that thing going. Can you hear me now, E? I don't know what's going on with this technology. All right. My man Van in the house. Good morning, brother. All right, Diamond. Let's get it. Diamond. All right, okay. Al Terry in the house. How we doing? Can everybody hear me? All right. Y'all ain't here for my DJing. Hey, Crystal, can you hear me on Clubhouse or nah?
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because...
Please enter your... Thank you. Please announce yourself. Entry and exit tones are off. All participants are muted.
Man, I promise you, technology, you can't live with it and you can't live without it. It is crazy how it goes. We're trying to get this thing going. If you're on Clubhouse, please let me know if you can hear us, because I'm trying my best to keep everything working, keep everything in its proper place. A place for everything and everything in its place. You know what I mean? But good morning, millionaires. I hope you're feeling good this morning. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm blessed and fortunate to be one of the captains of your journey here. And if you're an entrepreneur, you are in the right place. Millionaires climbing that mountain gets hard. And there's no doubt about it. Whether entrepreneurship requires a whole lot of mental energy, your type requires a whole lot of physical energy. I'm sure you notice the highs and lows. There's valleys and peaks, right? There are times when you feel a whole lot of emotions all at one time. Well, this is how it's supposed to be. You're literally creating alchemy every day. You're literally turning the immaterial into the tangible every day. You're making the invisible visible every day. You're a wizard, right? Abracadabra means I see it as I speak it, or something to that effect. But that is not to say that all this stuff behind creating magic is fun. We ain't trying to make it sound like that. As a matter of fact, when you're an entrepreneur, the intensity and sort of like the focus, the discipline, that starts to become normal. You start to normalize the stuff that other people only go through when they're in a crisis. Because you're an entrepreneur. So what I want to talk about this morning is these different ways that you can, man, you know, why y'all ain't tell me that the title is still wrong on the thing? Nah, man, that's yesterday's title. Y'all ain't gonna tell me. While I'm fixing this, can somebody do me a favor and share this broadcast while I fix this title real quick? But the 5 emotional enemies that we're going to discuss this morning is the kind of stuff that you face regardless when you're on that trip up. But my purpose this morning is to show you ain't alone. My whole goal this morning is to show you that if you be feeling this way on your journey to the top, it ain't your imagination. Hey, Clubhouse, can y'all hear me? I keep getting text messages like nobody can hear me. I don't know what's going on, man. You gotta love it, though. So check it out, y'all. I'm going to give you these 5 sort of like emotional challenges that you can face. I want you to pick out if you're having issues with any of this, because even though I'm playing it kind of frivolous right now, this is dead serious. And I challenge you this morning to kind of think about these psychological challenges, because these are straight from the studies of therapists all around the world who have worked with high performing entrepreneurs. Here's the first challenge that a lot of times we face, y'all: defining yourself. Defining yourself is an emotional challenge for an entrepreneur. What do I mean by that, though? Well, check it out, millionaires. When you get a job, your employer comes in with a description that lets you know everything you're going to do. It describes what you need to do, how you need to do it, when you need to do it. But when you become an entrepreneur, a lot of times you've got to decide by yourself who you want to be. You've got to make a decision by yourself on why this is even important to you, right? Why are you even starting this business, right? What are your primary responsibilities? Which pieces of it do you need to delegate? Who are you going to put in charge of the things that you delegate, right? These questions can cause a lot of pressure. A lot of people are more cut out to be employees because it's better for them when someone is telling them what to do. How good are you, millionaire, at defining yourself? Who are you? What time do you need to wake up every morning? What time do you need to go to sleep every morning, especially if you're a full-time entrepreneur? I want to challenge you to think about some of this stuff. How many networking events do you need to attend every single month? Some of you are in this 90-day challenge with us. And so you're starting to see that we send you out these suggested practices to kind of force you out of your comfort zone, right? But I want you to ask yourself, how many hours a day do you need to put into your business? You get to define yourself. Don't you know, if you say you're going to put 2 hours a day into that thing, at the end of a week, you've put in 10 hours. And let's say you take off on the weekends, that's 10 hours you still put in. Let's say at the end of a month, you put in 40 hours. At the end of 10 months, you put 400 concentrated hours into your business. How could that not pay off? I'm going to tell you something. It's going to start, though, with you defining yourself, with you defining who exactly you are. You're beginning to put some items on the side of the scale that says, this is your self-image, that this is who you are. Every day you come home and ignore your business, you're casting a vote for a self-definition of a television watcher. Every time you come home and you don't work out, you're casting your vote for the definition of somebody who doesn't prioritize their health. And now you're passing that down to your children. There are some of us that are trying to get our bodies right that don't realize we need to get our minds right. There are some of us that are trying to get our minds right and don't understand that it would start with getting our bodies right. What I'm saying to you, though, is that you have the ability to define yourself this morning. I want to challenge you to step it up a couple notches. Score a 1 to 5, y'all. Score a 1 to 5. Where are you on defining yourself? How much of the way you live your life is tailor-made for what you know is best for you? What you know is going to help you to improve the quickest and the most efficiently? How much of your life is because you have defined it for yourself? I was watching this Jay-Z article, this Jay-Z interview yesterday, and he's breaking down how at the end of the day, that's why he loves having ultimate confidence, because nobody gets to determine when you're taking too long, when the timing is perfect, right? Your life is tailor-made for you. Am I making sense, Corey? My man Corey checking in. Vita Lachey. Is this making sense, Erica? Okay, April. Van in the house. Appreciate that, baby girl. Thank you for my patience. Van, like, I am not a man. Look at my picture closer. Definitely not a man. Appreciate that, Van. Siobhan, good morning. All right. So let's go into the next one. Second thing an entrepreneur has to deal with. This is an emotional challenge, and I want you to realize you are not alone, right? That's our whole goal. Give yourself a score 1 to 5 on defining yourself. How good are you at defining yourself? With how much intention are you defining yourself? With how much intensity are you defining yourself? How much of your self-definition are you even aware of, man? But here's the second one. Operating under little guidance. Operating under little guidance. Operating under little guidance. Ashley Scott in the house. What's up, baby girl? Operating under little guidance. Let's get to it. So as an entrepreneur, nobody got to tell you how to do. That's my homie Ashley Scott right there. Many of you know her from Freedom, Georgia, right? Her and her other 3 Avenger partners work with our company Nove to help prepare people for ownership all around the country. But let me tell you how it started. It started with her and her sister friends deciding that they were going to purchase 100 acres, right? Now, did someone put them in a class like how to purchase land to start your own city? I mean, because they went and purchased 400 more a few weeks later. Did somebody give them some kind of manual, right? I heard somebody say, it wasn't somebody, it was actually a group called Wu-Tang Clan that said that Bible, the word Bible stood for basic instructions before leaving Earth, right? Basic instructions before leaving Earth. That's how they said the Bible's acronym was, right? But if you put the holy books aside, right, whether it's the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, whatever it's going to be, check it out. And I always say that these are books about entrepreneurship, right? But if you get out my crazy head, we're operating under very little guidance. Becoming an entrepreneur means you're pretty much starting with a totally clean slate. You have no idea what's going to happen today. Your business has to do nothing today. Your business begins and ends with you. Think about that. And yeah, that sounds pretty awesome on some levels, but it also means you have an incredible responsibility and almost no guidance, no direction, no guardrails on the road. You can literally go wherever you want. Boy, that can be crazy. Because yeah, you get to create the map, but also you have to create the map, right? You need to know where you are. You need to know the directions to where you're going. You need to know where you're going in the first place. And when you have to deal with all of that, it's super easy for doubt to creep in. But let me tell you where your charisma comes from. Millionaires, let me tell you where your charisma comes from. Your charisma comes from this idea that no matter what happens, I'm going to be okay. Because what are my 2 choices here? I'm either going to win, that would be pretty good, or I'm going to learn. That would be pretty good. Here's the thing. Do you normally win from learning? Of course not. Of course not. When do you mostly learn, y'all? And let me tell you something, which is going to be the most helpful for your future 9 times out of 10. One is really helpful for the moment, but one is really helpful for the mission, right? I'm going to tell you something. A lot of times it is hard to learn from a win. A lot of times it's hard to learn from a win. This is why a couple of days ago, when we was breaking down the mindsets of the wealthy, I love the one where we were talking about how failure is actually good. Millionaires, your charisma is going to come from a root seed of confidence. Your charisma is going to come from this root seed. Your faith is going to come from this root seed of knowing who you are and knowing whose you are. Millionaires, entrepreneurs got to roll with almost no guidance, but that don't mean you have to be out here rolling with no confidence. Be confident in your decisions. Be okay with operating alone. You were born alone. You're going to die alone. Be okay with carrying the weight of those decisions. You always hear me say with great responsibility comes great power. But what I want you to understand, man, is that with great mistakes come great education. You need to make a lot more mistakes a lot quicker and stop letting the fact that you might make a mistake hold you back from your harvest. Here's the 3rd emotional challenge that we're always facing as entrepreneurs. Anybody can relate to the fact that a lot of times entrepreneurship is a collection of all these intense feelings you get all at once. All these intense feelings you get all at once. Yeah, I hear you. Oh man, yeah, welcome Nina Simone. Anybody named Nina Simone, they all right with me. Yeah, tell them, Diamond. Prayers, praise, push-ups. For those that don't know, Diamond's not only in a space helping your wealth, she's in a space of helping your health. Shouts out to Miss Diamond Dunlap and the whole Colorado gang out there. Miss Kimberly Connor, my man Calvin Allen, All our millionaire minded out there on the Colorado side of things. All right. So number 3 is intense feelings all at once, y'all. Doubt, passion, confusion, fear. Each of those are crazy enough when they happen in one at a time. But oh my God, when they all happen at once, how many of you can relate to this feeling of really wanting it, man, and at the same time being scared as hell? Like, am I making the right decision? So much is hinging on this next choice. Man, when you're an entrepreneur, not only does this stuff happen, but this stuff happens all at once and with incredible intensity, right? All I'm saying to you, right, is that you're not alone with this lack of guidance, with this lack of stress. Of course, it's going to feel like it's next to impossible to avoid all of these emotions. But emotion is nothing but energy in motion. When you're feeling these feelings, I want you to feel grateful for it, because what it means is you're alive. What it means is this supercomputer that you live inside is doing its job. It's calibrating. It's analyzing. It's putting you right in the moment. Millionaires, what we got to do is learn to get out of our heart and into our head, though. One of the big tasks of an entrepreneur is to be aware of how it is and not make it worse than it is. You have a natural propensity as a human being to take a problem and turn it into a crisis. Oh my goodness, in the world of the home-based business, it's an epidemic. What'll happen is I'll hear that someone missed a call. Then I'll call my upline and be like, oh my God, they're always missing my clients' calls. So then my upline calls her his upline, and then she's like, oh my God, this company is trying to destroy my affiliates, right? And then their upline is like, oh my God, why is this company trying to kill my business? Why are they going in and sabotaging my business? Why do they want to see me poor and home, right? Each time it just keeps on getting bigger and bigger. Can anybody relate to that? We got to get out of our heart and into our head. You hear me? We got to start teaching each other how to think. That's why these calls are so important. That's why mindset is so important, because what this society does is it teaches you what to think, not how to think, so that you're constantly under stress. You're constantly confused. You're constantly feeling less than. You're constantly focused on lack and scarcity, because they want to teach you what to think, not how to think. Oh, Hazik, you sound like you're reaching. Prove it. Why do they tell you statistics all the time? Why do you turn on the news and they tell you what survey says, right? Are you a sociologist? No, they're telling you what to think. Because if 51% people believe that, they teach you that in sales. You know, one of Donald Trump's favorite phrases, used to be, everybody knows. And what everybody says is, and then automatically you feel like, well, I must say it too. I must think it too, because that's what everyone is saying. They're telling you what to think, not how to think. Around here, Millionaire Minded, we try to do it just the opposite. We want to show you how to think, not what to think. I just want you to look at your problems and remind yourself it's about managing these problems, not fixing these problems. When a problem comes, I manage it by getting excited, because I know therein lies a key to me getting 10x better, 100x better. I'm about to be able to improve my output. I'm about to be able to improve my performance. I'm about to be able to improve my reputation. I'm about to be able to improve my character. I'm about to be able to improve my habits. I'm about to be able to improve my awareness of my surroundings. I'm about to be able to improve my network. Am I making sense to somebody? Because what I'm constantly working on is how to think. That's why you see this big reminder of the time, right? But then you also see these reminders of heart set, mindset, and skill set, right? Here's the fourth one I got for you. That's exactly right, Dennis. That's exactly right, Dennis. That's a perfect segue into number 4. That's right, Erica. That's right. That's right, Yvette. That's right. That's true. I'm probably one of them, Yvette. What I do like Donald Trump for is making Juneteenth bigger than it ever was. I ain't gonna get into politics though, because I understand that's something very close to people's heart, like religion and stuff like that. So I ain't gonna go there. But number 4 that I wanted to share with you this morning, in terms of these emotional challenges that we go through as entrepreneurs, y'all, is stress management. It's an emotional challenge, y'all. It's an emotional challenge. Stress management. Stress management. You know what? Let me fix this real quick, because I was like 5 emotional enemies when really it's challenges, you know? It's really challenges, because check it out, y'all. Think about this. If anybody tries to tell you that entrepreneurship is easy, they either lying to you or they hating on you. They're either incompetent or they just don't have your best interest in mind, because they're lying. They're either lying or they silly. You know what I mean? Millionaires, this stuff is rough. The pressure can be freaking biblical at times, right? But the beauty of that is you're now learning to manage and control your anxiety. Stress management. Many of you have participated in the Kaizen Academy. And so you know that we as marketers, we give out 4 different chemicals, don't we, y'all? Anybody remember the 4 different chemicals that we as entrepreneurs are in charge of giving out? I can't wait till my book comes out, man, because we break down a lot of this stuff. These are like leadership chemicals, but there's dopamine, right? Dopamine is the reward chemical. Can somebody put that in the comments? Dopamine is a reward chemical. So you give out your people dopamine when you give them to do like right now we got a 90-day challenge, and as you knock out your 100 points a day, you're getting shots of dopamine because it's the reward chemical, right? But then you have endorphins. Endorphins is the painkiller. Endorphins come. My man E1 know about endorphins because he's a biker, right? I'll run a little bit, but either way, you get this high a little while into it. They call it a runner's high. It's a painkiller. It's something that your body pumps out so you can keep doing the things you need to do to get to where you want to be. So a lot of times you get endorphins from exercising, right? What's another one? Oxytocin. Oxytocin is what they call the love hormone or the connection hormone. So if somebody put that for oxytocin, think of oxytocin like love, right? This warm blanket that comes over you from physical touch or socializing, right? All of my summer personalities, they're addicted to oxytocin, right? And then you have serotonin. Serotonin is a mood stabilizer. Serotonin is a mood stabilizer. Serotonin is what's going to kick in when you get a little meditation in you, right? When you get a little bit exposure to the sun, a little vitamin D, it stabilizes your moods and whatnot. Why am I sharing all of this with you, y'all? Because you got to learn how to manage all of this stuff if you're going to be the best entrepreneur you can be. You need to know about that dopamine, that oxytocin, that serotonin, and those endorphins, because there are times when you're going to need some of those chemicals to kick in. Every morning when we do our affirmations, there's this one point where we're like, I am now a millionaire. And then it's like, wow, we just like, just let it out. And then some of y'all stay cool. Let me tell you why you're doing yourself a disservice staying cool when we get to the wow, you know what I mean? Let me tell you why you're doing yourself a disservice. Because when you don't do something, it's because you don't feel like doing it. And what you're not taking into account is your own ability to control how you feel, right? You got to manage and control these gut-wrenching feelings that are coming your way, right? And you got to do it when it's still in the early stages. Your phone rings on the weekend. Your phone rings after hours, right? It probably means trouble, right? So what you going to do? Duck it? Right? You can't ignore it. You're an entrepreneur. The buck stops here, which means the bucks stop here. You get what I'm saying? The responsibility stops here because the reward stops here, right? So even if that phone rings and it means trouble, you can't ignore it. I don't care if you got nausea. I don't care if you got a migraine. I don't care if the kids are screaming in the background. You're in charge. So what we have to do is take a breath and do a state change. We're ready, baby. We were born ready. We only getting more ready every day because every single day we're getting stronger. That's another one of our affirmations, right? Every single day, in every way, I'm getting stronger and stronger. And we saying that every day, right? This helps us start to become better managers of our stress because it never gets easier. You just get stronger. Here's the fifth one I got for you, y'all, and then we out of here. We about to go do our affirmations. Yeah, man, you better preach, Demeter. You better preach to him this morning. All right, who wants to call in on the affirmation line? You are welcome. Come rock with us, man. Come rock with us. All right, here we are. Financial strain, baby. Financial strain is the fifth emotional challenge that entrepreneurs got to face. Financial strain. You know, it's one of the reasons that our company exists and why I'm so hype about our company, because we introduce entrepreneurs to a concept called business credit that most people on the planet don't even know exists. They think business credit is just something that happens to you. They don't know you can get out here and build it with intention. We are under so much financial strain as entrepreneurs because we don't realize we live in the land of opportunity. What do I mean? I mean, America has something called credit. That means consumer credit, but it also means corporate credit. With consumer credit, the more you use, the lower your score goes. Now the money costs you more money. But with business credit, I don't care if you're a network marketer. I don't care if you're an Uber driver. Entrepreneurship ain't for everybody, but owning an LLC and getting the tax benefits absolutely is for everybody. I don't care who you are. But since you don't know that, you're under undue financial strain. Since you won't get with people like us, you won't get in with people who are more financially literate, and you won't lock arms with them and say, hey, you know, just bring me into it slowly. Don't overwhelm me. But listen, I need to fix this. By this time next year, I want to have a better sense of where I am and where I'm going to financially. Millionaires, I'm going to tell you, it is 10 times worse for an entrepreneur, though. When things start going south, the first thing that's always affected is the cash flow, right? And cash flow is the lifeblood of any business. Cash flow is the lifeblood of any economy, right? Right? Cash flow is the lifeblood of any family. Did I say family already? Because, yeah, family, man. You know, depending on who you talk to, a marriage is a business. So when that flow gets cut off, man, the pressure kicks in. That chain reaction can devastate lives. Do you hear me? Be like, money is the root of all evil. Nah, but poverty, you know, I might throw you a vote for poverty. I hate when people say money the root of all evil. That ain't even what the book say. And matter of fact, if we quote in the book, then why you be skipping over money answereth all things? Am I in the wrong place to be real this morning? So all I'm saying is you better stop treating money like it ain't a relationship. Man, it's so hella funny to me how many people, I don't need this. I don't need that. I don't need it. And then it disappear on your ass. Yeah. All right. Say that about your woman. I don't need her. Say that about your man. I don't need him. And then say that about some money. I don't need no money. Okay. All right. This is the last one I got for y'all. And then we out of here. All I'm saying is that's going to be an emotional challenge. But, you know, I teach you the difference between working smart and working hard, right? We always talk about how working hard is all them lower levels. There are 4 different levels, right, of this work reward scale, right? We always have this work money link in our mind where we think the harder we work, the more money that we're going to make, right? It's weird. You know, it's just stuck in there. But what if I told you that there are 4 different levels? We don't have time to train on it now, but you have implementation. That's the lowest level. You have organization. That's the level above that. You have communication, and then you have imagination. And what I try to get people to understand when I teach them that training is that communication, okay, is based around this idea. What's up, Billy Holiday in the house? Communication is spiritual. If you don't get that, then you don't understand why some workshop leader or a preacher or a pastor is making more money than the guy that sweeps up in your old high school and pushes that big broom. Like that broom used to be the size of the whole hallway. Y'all remember that? You're pushing that big broom and stuff. Now that seems like hard work. Even though the broom is big, it still seemed pretty hard. My point is, why would the pastor make more money than the broom pusher? It's because communication is spiritual. There was a time when they used to think just reading and writing made you a wizard, right? Why am I sharing that with you? I'm sharing that with you because if you need more money, you got to work a little smarter. You got to start using your communication skills a little better. You got to start using your imagination a little bit better. You got to get off implementation, off this whole idea of doing everything yourself, and you got to move up the organization. Now you're starting to leverage. Now you're investing in your people and you're loving on your people. So you're able to leverage your people. And then before you know it, you're moving up the, how you gonna talk to your people. Now you got them organized. That's communication, baby. Now, how can you most put everybody in a place where 1 + 1 + 1 can equal 111 instead of 1 + 1 + 1 equaling 3? You with me? All right, y'all. So we out of here. I hope that was helpful. Entrepreneurship is challenging. We all know that. So what keeps us all going? It's the passion. That's why in the beginning of this 90-day challenge, I tried to convince everybody that would listen to make sure you check out those quick little 20-minute videos where we introed everything, right? Because one of the main things that I tried to get you to see is that when you see somebody who's perfectly loved as one of God's children, and yet they're abject failure, they're walking, talking, breathing, abject example of failure. What's going on? They either didn't have enough reasons or they didn't have enough goals. Either they didn't have enough reasons or they didn't have enough goals. They didn't have enough goals or they didn't have enough reasons. And my God, if they ain't got either one, how could they possibly win? Repeat after me, millionaires.